All right, what's up? What's up? How we doing? Can everyone hear me all right? Hopefully, let me make sure I got everyone up as speakers. This is going to be a very exciting one. Let me see. Some crazy inside baseball, I think, into okay, cool. So we're going to talk a bit about kind of what goes on behind the scenes, and we had some great stuff happen for Suede that was preceded by some difficult stuff. So we'll get into that. But yeah, how you doing, Block?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling. It's a beautiful day in sunny North Texas where I'm at. Sitting at the car charger, ready to get into it, man. I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to hear some market updates. I'm ready to hear some what you guys got going on with Suede. I want to hear some AI stuff. Yeah, man, I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right. So yeah, we'll get started right now. I know that it looks like we're pretty low as far as, but they'll pile in as we go. But yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week. Anyone that's seen the chart is aware. And my when people ask, they say, what's the best advice you can give me? And when it comes to starting a token, my answer has always been don't don't do it. Because this is we love the Wild West, and that's really good within certain degrees of limitation. So some things it can just get a little more crazy than I think people are really aware of, and it's very easy to kind of just say screw it and throw your hands up. But I always have had the mindset, and I think this has proven to be the case in this project more than anything, that right when you're at that moment of just like you're pushed beyond your brink, that's right before things kind of start to resolve themselves, and that's what we saw this week. um, so I'll get into that right now. I guess I'll start talking about it. We had someone that was, on the inside that was not someone we suspected, but that was involved in development, and one of our higher level who we've replaced, fortunately, with I think someone who's substantially better. They were both very well qualified, but a lot of kind of like inside stuff going on, and I can't give too many details because that's just kind of not how you handle things. But all that to say, it caused us a lot of difficulty with our initial launch. But fortunately, the teams at both Layer Zero and Virtuals have been exceptional, and are a big reason why we were able to figure out kind of what had been going on, and get rid of this person that needed to be. And yeah, they have been absolute godsend when it comes to that. And a lot of what's been causing a lot of trouble and speculation over the last really 2 months has now been resolved, and it kind of climaxed this week. And fortunately, we figured it out. But my second, tip to anyone starting a project besides don't do it is always multi-sig everything. If you're a founder and, of course, you're running a wallet, have multi-sigs on it. It is so easy to set up now, compared to a few years ago, or even just, 6 months ago. I think Safe is a great wallet, and, just go on there and set up the ability for you to, you have at least 3 out of 5 wallets, I think is safe. But it's so simple now. You can go onto this app. It's a Safe Wallet, and I would say, go to their X page first, find official links. Don't just go and Google it. But you can create a wallet, and then it'll connect to whatever wallet pairs you have, and you can, attach them with their public key to this wallet, and you can test it. But yeah, that can save you, immensely when it comes to, securing things adequately. And you just have to assume, if you're a developer, or if you hold, a large portion of tokens, just assume that you're always under attack, because you are. Which I think is another thing that's pretty unique to crypto, is you have somebody that's, at all times of the hours, all hours of the day, all day, that is trying to basically completely take you out, make a few bucks. And so, make sure that you're aware of that and you're fully prepared for that. And I think multi-sig really alleviates a lot of the headaches when it comes to that. But that being said, we've definitely, gotten past that, and we're very fortunate that we did figure it out the way that we did, and we're able to recoup everything. And Virtuals is still on board, and Layer Zero have been absolute studs when it comes to, they've taken on all the bridging endeavors, and we're going to be fast tracked to Stargate, which is awesome. Also, kind of surreal as someone that's, watched Layer Zero through the years, and Brian Pellegrino, and just watch the way he handled the TGE years ago, and the way that Stargate has just, constantly built and just been a really good example. Having our project within the next few days on Stargate to me is like just kind of unfathomable. But I will say we've put in the work and we've put in the pain to get here, no doubt. But it's going to be really, really good and really exciting when we are on virtuals, because like I alluded to last week, and it should have happened by now, but it didn't. And, I think everything kind of happens for a reason, and figuring out what we did this week was super important. And it's going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours anyway. So, and we'll know that everything moving forward, our contract will be, so optimized that we'll be able to bridge between, say, Sui, Aptos, back to Solana, all the EVM chains, all the L2s, which is phenomenal. So that's really cool. And it's great for holders because every one of those chains is going to require a liquidity pool to be set up. So we're going to have to take, a half a million Suede on every chain, and lock them into liquidity pools. The one that we're setting up tonight, again, with virtuals, is probably going to be closer to 5 million Suede locked up in a pool on virtuals. So those are great things for holders. And also, if you're a holder in a project, and the process, and it was a lot more complicated than I thought, of actually getting all this stuff done with Layer Zero, and with virtuals and the integration. There's a reason why we're the first project that is going to skip the bonding curve on virtuals. I'm sorry, go right to sentient, and have that multi-chain integration. It is really damn hard. So seeing projects that are willing to go through that, I think is a really good way for kind of figuring out what's worth parking your money in, as Block would say. So yeah, it is a really crazy process. We got it done, and it's going to be so key in what happens next for us. But everybody that's been here with us, there's been some ups, not a lot of downs. This is kind of the first real down that we've had. But we were just sitting at 5K 3 months ago, so we're still up 180, 190,000%. So this is bound to happen. And getting through this, I think we are fully prepared for anything. And yeah, it's exciting. The stuff we're gonna have access to now, being fully multi-chain. There's a lot of things that I really like about EVM chains, and always have, and the people that use them, and the people that are kind of building on them. It takes a real commitment to kind of build infrastructure on Ethereum for a lot of reasons. So I think you tend to find a community that's a bit more, has a bit more skin in the game in that regard. And that's not to slight Solana community, because, of course it makes sense to go where things are easiest. But I think a lot of the OGs, just out of through the years when Solana wasn't even around, have built on Ethereum, and they're very serious uh, projects. So I think I'm very excited with the ones that we're working with already, and will be in the future. But definitely need to give a shout out to Layer Zero and Virtuals. Layer Zero is actually finishing the wiring and redeployment of our contract on base, which they never do. So that's just amazing of them. And yeah, it's exciting times. But I think we hit our black swan, and seeing the community kind of come together, scared off, is a beautiful thing. And fortunate that we got through that, and I think we resumed the trajectory before. Not financial advice by any means. I don't have a crystal ball, but we have been battle tested through and through with a lot of accesses that no longer kind of come to this position. I think now that there could possibly be left remain, set myself up where I
million because, dude, 100K people are dumping. Okay, you passed the 100K threshold. You came back from that initial dump. Okay, great. Now we're trying to get to 150. Now we're getting to 250. Okay, we got to 250. Okay, there's gonna be a dump, but after you get that dump, you pass that. Okay, now the goal is 500. Okay, can we get to 500K? Sometimes you're able to just zoom by. You're able to just, like, and the dumps will happen, but they'll happen in like super speed, hyper speed. So people
even some of the rigs that are, so it's web based, so all of that's offloaded to ethical sort of questions, and it can be a little discouraging, but you just kind of got to remain realistic and think that everybody, it's just human nature to want to be in a place that you can, get a leg up. And if that means, selling into your chart, that's just the way it's going to happen. And Block, actually, that was a great outline, because I remember 50K, I remember 100K, I remember a quarter, I remember 500,000. Every step of the way, there was like these, oh man, well, that's it. There's no way it has any room left. I remember that was really prevalent at 500,000. And you're going to get a lot of people that are just going to buy into that, and it sucks when it's friends, and it sucks when it's people that you're close to, and that you've made a really good future for. But you just got to be realistic and go into it with the understanding that if somebody's going to invest money in you, they have every right to get out and build themselves a better life. And ideally they'll be conscientious about it and not dump $24,000 clips on you like happened the other day. But that will happen also. And as long as you know that, like Block said, it happens to, I think, every project. I don't really see a way in which it's avoidable. But as long people kind of coming around and getting through that and sticking through it is like it's so valuable. It really gives, it's very fulfilling to see that. So um really cool process, really tough process, but it does get easier over time. And as a matter of fact, I see Meta, man, good to have you here. And if you want to jump up, anybody, if you want to come up, more than welcome. I know he's dealt with that as well. And yeah, it's a, you learn a lot about others, but you also learn a lot about yourself as well. And I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I said I really think emotionally I'm untouchable. Like after going through this process, like man, I've been, I think, tested in every way, and I think it's a good thing. And by no means am I like totally cut off from my emotions, but I think I go into things with a healthy degree of realism and kind of skepticism. So that's Suede AI, and yeah, we're rolling out on virtuals and base and multi-chain and all that stuff over the next few days. But yeah, that's kind of been the experience, and I see that we got GR up here and Benzo. If anyone else wants to come up, but if you want to take the mic, you're more than welcome to, and love to hear what you guys got.
Hey, what's up, Suede? How you doing? I came
Hey,
to the
man.
space because I know Block from a while back and just been supporting him for I think like almost 2 years now. But time flies, really. I don't know anything about Pulse Chain, but I love learning new stuff. So I'm just listening in and just kind of taking it all in.
No, no, no,
And
not Pulse. It's Suede.
oh, it's Suede,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
oh, Suede Pulse. Okay, I thought maybe it was like Pulse Chain, but it's
Oh,
his
yeah.
own Solana.
Actually, I'm glad you said that. I should specify. Yeah, yeah. That's what we named the weekly update. I'm glad you told me
Oh
because
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even think of that.
Oh, no worries, no worries. That was then it's all good. I am familiar with Solana. I know what's going on now.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate
No,
that.
thanks for having me up here. I'm gonna give everybody a follow here. I see a lot of faces, some familiar, some new. I love connecting with people and love learning as much as I can. I'd love to hear about your project too, man. Sounds like it's been a work of passion, been culminating for a while now.
Grand Riser, I will tell you about it. Johnny, he gets, dude, I don't even understand half the stuff he said. And I know what the project does. I got this. Don't worry. It's what I'm here for. I got it. All right. Suede it's an AI. Okay, look. Let's take a step back. All right. It's a coin on Solana. That's all well and fine. Buy some of the token. I think it's like $80, 80 to 100. It's not even $100. $80. Buy some coins, and you'll get access to what is it? SuedeAI.xyz.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, SuedeAI.xyz. You're able to go there. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard some of the AI music that's out there. It's absolutely horrendous. It's just so bad. But you go to SuedeAI.xyz and you're able to, dude, a couple sentences, just a couple sentences, and you're able to have some actual music that sounds good. That sounds really good. So you can any genre: reggae, alt rock, new rock, trap, rap, anything, drill, all kinds of genres. It's any genre. Um, the other when was it? It was recently, relatively recently. They were doing something like somebody wanted an emotional. They just put, "Hey, make me an emotional song," and they didn't even know if it was emotional like lyrics, emotional, just
Okay.
like beat or what. But dude, it was so good. I remember listening to it. I
Damn.
was like,
Okay.
"Oh my god, this is so good." So yeah, if you're interested in this is the main utility of Suede at the moment. But if you're a diamond hands, if you're a holder of Suede, like, you'll be able to have access to a bunch of different things in the future, which is pretty cool to see that. And this is token has been around for a while too. It's not like just a month old or something like that. It's actually been around for a few months, and they've been building ever since. Like, you know how we jump into tokens and we're like, okay, yeah, we'll get this, we'll make some money, and then we'll get out. That, like, people did that with this token. The founder is still here building, bringing new utility. Yeah, what I thought was cool with Suede was, or with Johnny, that, like, the founder of Suede, was that he's actually like different people. He's always trying to bring more value to the token itself. So yeah, that's
Hmm.
why I got behind Suede, because, like, yo, it's like they're not their money is, dude, he's spending so much money on this app trying to
certainly up to it. But if not, I think it was a great space either way.
We got Justin up here. Wondering. Wait, hold on, Justin. Do you know about Suede? Do you know about AI music and stuff like that?
No, I actually don't. I just was curious about like what's going on in the space.
All right. Basically, okay. So basically, what we're doing is we do these spaces weekly, where we basically kind of like talk about AI, talk about like market updates, talk about Suede. As it's basically like, it's actually a great place to park your money. When Solana was dumping, it just kind of was trading sideways, which was really helpful to a lot of
Dude,
people.
why do you have to do all this? Why do you have to explain Solana trades? Dude, it's a great fucking AI project. Put your money into it. Shut the fuck up. Like,
This is
seriously, he's
every
got to talk about
conversation with
Solana
me
going
too.
sideways. Like, why do we have to talk about Solana? I don't want to see anybody going sideways.
Yeah, we need Solana to go up, not
Yes,
sideways.
yes, yeah. This guy's brand, dude. Solana's going sideways. It's a great project. Park your money. Don't park it. Just fucking ape it. This guy works 24/7. It's an AI project, music licensing. We'll explain it to you in a nutshell. Let's do this, Johnny. Can you do it in a minute? Give him a hard pitch.
Yeah, of course. So basically, we allow people to create music, which, using the blockchain has provenance and shows ownership, and they receive all royalties for the music that they create, and it's distributed via smart contracts, so it's transparent, it's real time. No one can censor it. No one can say that's ours, and it empowers artists who are getting totally leapfrogged currently, not only in acknowledgement and being recognized for the creations of AI that they contributed to, but also in royalties. So this allows artists to have control over the model, receive royalties, and allows everyday people to do the same as well. So, it hits both niches. I think a lot of people are going to want to hear Kanye West model, and we can provide that. And we're going to have all the social elements for each individual model as well, but also allows content creators and everyone else. So we've kind of covered the entire gamut, and we're going to teach musicians how to actually monetize finally. And we've already got a course set up that we're going to start campaigning on YouTube, so people will get ads for it. And we're going to teach artists how to finally, make money and have some agency over what happens with the value that they create, not leave it up to somebody else. So that's the long and the short of it. But you can go on now. There's no cost. You just hold 7,500 tokens, roughly $100, and you can make unlimited pieces of music just from a sentence or two that you prompt it with, and you own it, and you can do whatever you want. Content creators have called it the cheat code, and I think that's a pretty cool way to look at it. But that is Suede AI in a nutshell, and certainly, always love to give you more when we're under less time constraints. But yeah, Fity wrapped it up, and that's it.
Yeah, that was a really good explanation because sometimes you go long, and
Oh my
and
God, I
block
know.
goes sideways. You just got to go straight. You just got to go straight right at it. And we're gonna do a space where I'm gonna bring a couple of my friends who have like licensing companies, and they'll get on here and talk. And I gotta explain to them how to simplify it because one of the guys I love, he goes on and on. The thing is, everything you watch, everything you do has music in it, and you're not going to pay professional musicians. If you can get AI to sound just as good, if not better, which especially for like music jingles or ideas, people will pay top dollar. Even meme coins. Forget about even big companies. If you got projects out there that are sitting at 50, 100 million market cap, they'll pay 5, 10 grand just to get a really cool song so they can play it when they start the spaces. So you guys just have to go in there and start playing with prompts. It's just like ChatGPT. It's just like Grok. Just give it some ideas. Like yesterday, my friends at Young Peasy on bass created a song for Caitlyn Jenner. She loved it. She actually sold all her other bass stuff and bought Young Peasy because she really dug the song. And I think if you guys heard it, it was like all about transitioning, and it was actually really funny. It was like a cute funny. He made fun of her a little bit, how her experience went with the Solana blockchain and all that. So you can do some cool stuff with just like 5 minutes of work, and you never know where that takes you.
Yep, that part. Absolutely. Well said.
Yo,
But
5 minutes of
yeah,
work sounds good to me.
Block doesn't like to work. Block
sideways.
Block will do a fucking space for 1 year, but he won't take 5 minutes to work. Just
Oh man, I'm just glad that you got me to shorten my responses because
dude,
this is a thing between
dude, we
us.
can't even fit. Like, we're in this space, people have a question when you start talking. Like,
So true.
it's just about, like, especially if you've been in here for a while, you just want to get right down to the bottom. What is it? Why should I hold it? How do I know it's not going to dump overnight? And honestly, while everything just dumped in the last month or two, this guy's been holding and holding and holding. And that's been really impressive. As a matter of fact, that is the only token that I have that literally is probably sitting where it's at or higher than most of my other ones. Even Pepe, which I love Pepe, and I'm not talking shit about Pepe, but going from 10 billion to 3 billion really doesn't make me happy. And I've been there since day one and I've never sold any Pepe. So, you've got Brett going from a billion, 2 billion to like 300 million, Mog, just dump. So I look at which projects can hold, like who's got some like holding power. That's the thing. Cause even if these bigger projects come back, I mean, we're going to have another shakeout. You're going to have ups and downs no matter what. So, a lot of times people were talking about other projects, like some of the bigger tones. Oh, this is like where you park your money. This is where billionaires park their money. Well, if you parked $1 million into one of the bigger tokens today, you'd be sitting on 250,000. That would not make anybody happy.
Right, spot on. Yeah, and meanwhile, the entire time, based on when you did get in, you'd either be up slightly or, pretty much where you got in, outside of a couple days. So yeah, it's I think we're not easily scared, and I think there's a lot of instances where well-meaning teams or founders kind of just they don't plan for a pullback and they see it happen, and it's like, man, I'm all in, like and they start selling, and then it's just a downward spiral. And before you came on, I kind of went on a bit of a tangent about some of the things that we've experienced as a project. And yeah, we've gone through, I think, every possible black swan, especially in the last week. And we're still holding strong, close to double digit millions. So I think it's not not a testament necessarily to just myself, but of a lot of people like Fity, like Block, and a lot of the community just kind of recognizing like this is a pretty cool idea. And and I'm not new to it. I think there are a lot of NFT communities that were trying to do this years ago, and unfortunately, the technology has advanced to the point where it's actually now it's possible. So we always stand on the shoulders of giants, and I'm fortunate enough to be in that position. And but yeah, like when people said community in the past, I kind of saw it as almost a bit of a LARP. And but I've come to rely so heavily on this community, and I'm
Yeah.
just couldn't be
Block,
more
he's going too
grateful.
long. Reg the space. He's going too long.
There we go.
He's
Give me
doing
the
he's
give me
doing
the
it
wrap
again.
up music.
He's doing it again.
Oh,
You need to create
you,
Block
you
a song. Block needs a song. Like, can you create a song and we can play it for the next space? Can you do that for him?
yeah, like sideways with a Z.
Like, say
Like
Solana goes sideways and I straightened it out.
yeah, mine will go on for 12 minutes.
Maybe we make Justin a song too. We do a song about the cute little boy in a burqa, whatever that's called.
Oh man, what NFT collection is that? Someone told me the other day and I forgot.
I think it's Nikades.
But
Okay,
it's black
yeah,
and
I
white.
think
You
that was
sure?
it.
Are you sure it's not a Nihab?
Oh my God,
N-
Fitty. Jesus Christ, dude.
You
Jesus
know, it's funny. I was
Christ.
in a space where they had like five different collections or six, and they were making fun of like Yuga for everybody making art that looks the same. Like, dude, you could literally have 65 collections that all look the same. I don't even know which is which anymore. And I have them already.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying.
But yeah, it's hard to figure it out. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. If I like it, I like it. I like Justin's actually. It's pretty cool. It fits him.
Yeah, no, agreed, 100%. But no, I appreciate everyone coming on tonight, and some great questions from everyone, and some legends up here. So thank you guys so much. And with that, we'll wrap it up, and we'll see everyone in a week. And turn notifications on for Suede AI, the X account that we're hosting this on, because over the next 48 hours, there's gonna be some very exciting stuff, and I just want everyone to be kind of aware of it, and early to it. If you're in this space, I think you deserve that. If you listen to me ramble, It didn't get exciting until Block or Fity started talking. So appreciate you sticking it through, and we'll speak soon. And
Yes,
we
sir.
have a
Yes, sir.
Binance. Oh, thank you,
Yo,
thank
if
you. And we have
anyone wants to connect, drop me a follow. I'll follow all you guys back. I'm here to connect with all you legends.
no doubt 100%. I'm already on it.
Fire.
But yeah,
I'm
we have a
bullish on
Binance.
Suede.
I appreciate you guys. All right, everyone have a good night, and we will speak soon. And it's been an honor and very enjoyable.
Dude.
Sadly,